How's it going, guys? I just wanted to take a minute to introduce myself. My name is John Ellingson. I'm sitting on the couch the other day watching the X Games just like I do every year because I'm an extreme sports junkie to the bone, through and through. So I'm watching the X Games. On comes this commercial, octaneacademy.com. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? An opportunity for an everyday guy for me to get involved in a competition that could possibly change my life? So I'm like, oh man, this is too good to be true. So I log on, check it out, and I love what you guys had to say and what you're doing. So I just first of all want to thank you guys for putting this on and also thank Ford. Why do I think I can be in this competition? I got several reasons. I've been in extreme sports all my life. I'm a huge extreme sports fan. I've been an adrenaline junkie all my life. You know when you're born and you just know that you're meant to do something? This is it. This is it for me. It's what I've been doing. It's what I have done. It's what I know I'm supposed to do, given the right opportunity. I grew up racing all kinds of different things, and that's what gives me the audacity to believe that I can actually come onto this competition and win. Some of the things that I've done in my life, I've raced BMX, motocross, mountain bikes, downhill. I've ridden crotch rockets for several years in my life, and I love the heck out of that more than probably anything, just because of the sheer adrenaline rush that you get when you're riding crotch rockets. I've been a part of a crotch rocket group down in the California area, and we used to go out on the backcountry roads and just rail those roads like we were on a track. Although I've never been out on a track day, I know that I can keep up with some of the best street riders that are out there on crotch rockets. On BMX, I was pretty good. But it was always the motorized two-wheel sports where I excelled. Motocross racing, did really good. Just never had the opportunity or the right position in my life to take it to where I really wanted it to go. And as far as two-wheel sports are concerned, I don't know too many people that have ridden and been able to ride well the things that I can ride. I also wanted to point out that just because of one simple fact, I was raised in Oregon, it gives me an edge on driving cars as well. One of the things that people don't realize is when you really push the edges out on the street driving a car, driving conditions are a huge issue. And when you grow up in Oregon riding on the windy roads, backcountry roads around the beautiful lakes and rivers that we have here in Oregon, you learn how to handle a car very well. I grew up driving in the ice, the rain, the snow, on-road, off-road. I know how to slide my car in all conditions and keep perfect control of my car. I know where the limits are in a car. I know how hard to push it and how hard not to push it. Another thing that I wanted to highlight is I've been a heavy equipment operator since I was 18 years old. And you may think, well, what does that have to do with racing cars? Well, it has a lot to do with racing cars, because if you feel comfortable in a machine and you can get in any kind of different machine that you see sitting on the side of the road, any car, any bike, and you can push that machine to its limits, and you become one with that machine, you know what it takes to be a successful racer. One of the last things that I wanted to highlight was that what gives me the edge and the audacity to believe that I can do this all my life is just sheer experience. It's what I am. It's who I am. It's what I've been all my life. You can ask anybody that knows me that's watched me ride bikes or drive a car. I can bring it to the table, and bring it hard, bro. I'm not one of those fathers who just sat on the couch when he got married and started having kids. My family and my kids have been involved in extreme sports activities all their lives. They watch the X Games. They love watching extreme sports. So there's a whole generation, just because of fathers my age group that were raised back in the 80s, growing up doing all these kind of sports. And so, my kids, they still ride. They love it. I got a 15-year-old son that's phenomenal on a dirt bike. Another thing that I wanted to highlight is I'm an athletic person. Not only can I drive cars and race anything on two wheels very well, I've also grown up playing basketball, football, tennis, and hacky sack, just because of the simple fact I grew up in Oregon. Hacky sack is a huge sport here. So I have excellent eye-hand coordination, foot-eye coordination. I know how to handle machines of any sort you could put in my controls. The last thing that I want to highlight is I have a winning attitude. I've raced. I know what it takes to be out on the track and go bar to bar or wheel to wheel with someone and bring it hard. or go home. Also, I wanted to point out that just because of the simple fact that I've never been paid, never made a living from doing what I love, it gives me that extra edge to have a winning attitude, because I want to make a living doing what I love, just like you guys are. And it's just sheer experience and attitude that give me that winning heart to go out, put myself in a car, strap in, put a helmet on, and give it all she's worth. I also wanted to just say one thing, that Deegan, I want to give you a personal challenge. You know, I've watched your extreme sports career all the way from freestyle motocross. Now you're into off-road racing, doing trucks and rally cars. I think it's awesome. I've seen some interviews with you, and I've seen how you've grown as a person. And I can tell you love what you do. And so what separates me with my attitude is this is what I love to do. This is who I am. It's what makes me exist as a human being, is to get in a car, get on two wheels, get on a piece of heavy equipment, and run that thing for all it's worth. Run it into the ground. I know I can do it. I know I have what it takes. And Deegan, I'm giving you the challenge to put me on your team and give me a shot to show you what I got, which is hardly half of what I told you, because I can bring it to the table, bro. Peace out.